I now want to show you the Properties panel. Now, this wasn't one of the major sections, but it's something that we will use frequently in this course. Now, if you look off to the right, I do have this area for Properties. It might be collapsed initially, but you can see first of all that this Properties panel can be expanded or collapsed if you just click on this button. The other thing you can do is use Control and the number 2 to hide it or expand it. Now, what's important to understand is that this will give you the properties of the item, the clip that you're selecting. So let me show you what I mean. When I choose something that's like a background, I can see that it has this video because it's a video file, and I can change some things. I can change how large it is. I can change its opacity. I can change these other things that we'll talk about later. So when we look at this, for the most part, the scale is going to be how large it is. So right now it's at 100%. I could zoom in or zoom out, and I can change its opacity, which is how opaque it is or how much I can see through it. Let me show you an example. If I click on this clip of me, I can see that it's scaled to 100%, but maybe I want it scaled down and I want it moved. You can see that it's changing the position, it's changing the scale. And if I need to be see-through or somewhat transparent, I can drop this opacity to make myself more or less see-through. So this Properties panel is going to help you to get things the size you want and change opacity or transparency. Now I'm going to move all of this back. I also want to mention to you that you might want to get a specific amount. So let's say I'm dragging this scale and I want it to be at 120%. Well, it's going to 120.8. I can't get it at exactly 120. So instead, you can just highlight this and type in the number you want, 120, press enter, and now it's set at 120. Or maybe I want it exactly at 200. I can make it 200. And if I click outside or hit enter either one, it applies that setting. Notice you also have the undo button so that you can go back and revert to whatever the original settings were. So if I change this up to 200 and I change my opacity down to 75, I have the ability to just revert back this one thing, or to revert this, or I'll do an undo real quick on both of those. If I need to revert both of them back, I can click this button and that reverts the entire effect. The position, the opacity, the scale, everything goes back to its original settings. Because this clip also has audio, I can see there's an audio tab as well. And for now, I have the gain turned all the way down. So this is how loud it is. And so I said, well, I don't want to boost the volume at all. In fact, I want it all the way down because I have a separate track that is the audio. And so here it was at 100%, but I don't want that. I want it down to 0 because I want that track to be muted. So you can see here, two different options. When I was on this clip, I only had video option. There was no audio option. When I went to this clip, it has video and audio both. If I go to my screen recording, it has video, it has audio, and it also has a cursor. If I just look at the audio tracks, I just have the audio tab. Anytime you select something, you'll be able to change its properties by going over here to this Properties panel. Or again, you can close it if you need more real estate on your screen devoted to your video.